Welcome back to another video. Today, guys, we're going to be reacting to scary doorbell cameras and scary TikToks and all that stuff. Scariest? Question mark? Who knows? All right, let's get into it.
The night at an
All right, guys, so this is the first video.
apartment complex in Toledo, O. The doorbell footage shows a man knocking on the front door with what looks like a firearm in his waistband. Now, the owner of the apartment didn't recognize the man, so she would question who it was. The unknown man would simply respond with "It's me." The homeowner would then further question his response, but rather than clarifying, he would simply give away through the front
This would
door.
be scary if you're like in the house or like not in the house. Either way, scary enough.
However, it would not be enough to get the home order to open it,
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
not
would
open that
ultimately
either.
walk off. Disturbingly, as he does so,
Just like imagine just someone goes up to your window, just like, or like your door, and just like cut to it, just like, "It's me, it's Jimmy, I have your tacos." What the
the homeowner in Texas would wake up one morning to find the gate into his backyard wide open. Curious, the man would review the cameras he had around his house, and this is the sign he was met with.
Oh, I hate wait, what? Hold up. What does he have?
This is the sign he was met with.
That's a big ass knife. Holy, I hate clowns. That's
A
freaky.
man holding a knife and in a clown costume, complete with the suit and mask,
That's freaky.
casually walks around the property, looking inside the house and testing all the doors.
Could you just imagine you're just like at home, asleep, and you just like get a notification? There's movement at your front porch. Look on it. There's a clown with a knife. Oh, fuck. Bro, like, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Like, you were sitting in that room that you just looked in, and he's just like, you look over. Oh, he just look over. Oh, there's a clown right there. No, but honestly, like, that would be creepy as bro. You just look over. Oh, it's right there.
Take place in 2016, during that sort of killer clown craze that went on for a few months. Looking
I'm
back,
glad I didn't
most people that
actually get,
participated in
like,
that were most likely
actually get
just
what
having
happened
fun
around
trying
me
to
or
scare
whatever.
people. But there's no
But
denying
I'm
that
still
others took advantage
definitely
of the
as scared of
situation,
clowns.
genuinely
It's a
attempting
big
some
ass knife,
pretty
though.
horrific crimes hidden under a clown mask, with this likely being one of those cases. It's clear the person in the costume
Thank God
is
that door
actually
is
trying to
locked.
break into the house with a knife. Though after being
That's
unsuccessful,
creepy.
the clown would eventually walk off, and
Go there.
despite a police report, that would be the end of it. Ultimately, the homeowner would be left with nothing but this disturbing footage.
You know, at that point, I would just pack my bags and I'd be out of there.
This footage was captured in Colorado in the middle of the night. The issue: three mountain lions appearing from
I mean, yes, seeing a cat, like a cougar or whatever, seeing a cougar or whatever at your front porch or a mountain lion or whatever, just scratch that. Whatever animal just would be creepy at the time, but then you think back, you're just like, y'all, I'm a dummy because one, they don't have human hands and all that stuff to open the door and get in, obviously, and all that stuff. So crazy.
They were captured even going as far as to walk up onto the porch of one of the houses. Mountain lion sightings are known to be exceptionally rare in this specific area. Typically, they'll stay a lot further in the mountains where they have easier access to the deer that they prey on. To see them in an area with a lot of people, especially in the neighborhood, is not at all common, at least in this area. The three cans would eventually walk off, but there are almost no doubt things would have gone differently had one of these homeowners left their pets outside for the night.
I hear that right? Did he just call them cans? Do you really call mountain lions or whatever those are cans? Do y'all do that? Let me know.
This video was posted by Doorbell News in September of 2022. This video shows a man knocking on the door at 3 a.m. He pounds on the door multiple times. This guy needs some help, but it's 3 in the morning and he needs to go away. He asks the homeowner to come to the door and talk to him.
Excuse me, miss. Can you can can you come talk to me, please?
There was no reply from the homeowner. The guy went into the street and started looking for a lift. Then he comes again and starts pounding on the door. He gets aggressive and starts yelling. The homeowner called the police.
Man, I need your help, man. Y'all need to help me out, man.
I don't know what he was looking for, but it was bizarre behavior.
Yo, at 3 in the morning, you're doing that stuff? Yo, at 3 in the morning, I don't think you should be like banging on the window and be like, or the door and be like, I need some help. Can you come out and talk to me? Bro, what is that gonna do? Like in the end, like what is that gonna do for you? And then two, like 3 in the morning, I think that's devil's hour, I think, right? Let me know, guys. But still, 3 in the morning.
Historical footage was recorded just before 4 o'clock a.m. on a night in August 2020. The video captures an unidentified man walking in front of a house and emptying a gas container over the yard and front porch. Shortly after he disappears off-screen, a large fire erupts just in front of the camera.
Ooh, that's scary.
No one would be injured during the incident, however.
Thank God.
Unfortunately, 2 houses and a vehicle would be damaged. The homeowner would claim to have no
2
idea who could be
houses?
responsible or who would even consider doing this to them. At least from an outside perspective, the act looks completely random with seemingly no reason behind it, making the clip all the more unsettling.
No, that's
On a
crazy.
night in September of 2021, a homeowner would get a suspicious knock on his door at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Upon opening his phone
Again,
and looking at his
3
doorbell
o'clock.
camera, he would see 2 would look like teenagers identifying themselves as CPD or Columbus Police Department.
Columbus Police Department? More like Columbus gangsters, bro. What? That's creepy. You see that seed? Pointing at the camera. No, read it, Sherlock. Okay. He pulls out a gun. Bro, what? That's crazy.
CPD, open up. We need to ask you a couple questions.
The video shows the man in the front clearly holding a firearm, and the house sitter would eventually access the doorbell camera speaker to further question him.
Can I help you? CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions. I'm sorry? CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions. May you please step to the front door, please? CPD. Yes, this is CPD. We would like you to step to the door, please. Can I see a badge? We would like you to step to the door, please, sir. I don't have to show you my badge, sir.
The man refuses to show a badge because, well, obviously, he
Again, 3 in the morning this is happening. Again, where do you get the urge to just come up to some random house? One, lit it on fire. Two, go up to him with a gun and that stuff and just be like, CPD, or say you're a police department or whatever. Say like, "Ooh, I'm gonna do this and this and that." Where do you get the like audacity to like do that? Like, that's crazy. Like, It's weird too. Like I like personally me, I would never do that. Like I know I may sound like I would be like, oh, I would never. I would like I'm dead serious. Like I would never ever do that. It's weird because like come to think of it, that happens probably like more than you ever think. Like your neighbor maybe could do it. Like it's crazy. Like it's weird. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up today, guys. See you again tomorrow. I might post another video on reacting and that stuff. Let me know if you guys like this new series that I'm doing, reacting and that stuff. Let me know if you want me to see more of these, that stuff. Make sure to subscribe and give a like. And yeah.